before, after, before, after. Isn't that awesome? So what I'm doing here is switching out the fugly Chevy work truck grill for the amazingly awesome and cool not work truck grill. I have always liked this grill better than the grill that I have on mine. This is a relatively minor thing, but it's just something that I always hated this stupid grill. It's a 99 and it looks like a 92. So I'm going to be switching this grill out. So first, this also is going to include a headlight switch because the other grill uses a different headlight. So I'll be switching those out too. Let's do it. First thing I did is put it on the lift, and I'm pretty sure I got to take these top bolts out. There aren't too many of them, and it's like 5 bolts. There's one here, there's one here, one here, one here, and one here. And then there's a bunch of tabs that slide into these spots, and they just come right out. Untwist your bulbs on the bottom, and these headlights stay. Next step is to take off that bolt, that bolt, that bolt, and that bolt, and the whole headlight assembly will mount into mine. So first thing we're going to do is remove these bolts. We've got one here, which this one's obviously broken off. One here, this one is actually missing. We're going to take this one out, and one here. My other one had one in the middle, so I don't know. You may have one in the middle. This is still pretty solid. Aha, we found one here. And let's check that. Oh boy, that's nice and loose. What you want to do next is remove your turn signal light. I don't know why that hole is there. That's kind of weird. Oh, you know what? Maybe this thing... This was an ex-government vehicle, and I bet those were flashers that they had installed. So it looks like there's supposed to be a bolt there, but if you remove this, you can actually gain access. And that may be too close to focus, but there's a thing there, like a tab, that you need to undo. So, yeah, take your light out. You can just remove these bulbs. They just have like a quarter turn. Or maybe they just fall out. Well, look, there's a, I don't know if you can see it, there's a tab. Ta-da! So there it is, the work grill is removed. This middle part has a little tabby thing that you pull down. And in order to get this out, if you pull up on this, you can reach in and just pull up on that. And that slides right out. There should be a bolt there. And mine did have a bolt here on this side. So, we're now in the grill. And I clearly have a lot of leaves to remove. This looks like an oil cooler, and maybe that just needs to be tightened. But now's a good time to get in here and do this stuff. This is fog light wiring, which I may, I don't know, tidy up. But obviously these headlight buckets need to be switched out. So the next step is to take these off, and then I'll go over to my other truck and get those headlights. So what I did is I removed all the leaves from here, and I was just checking stuff out, and I tried to tighten that, but didn't go anymore. Anyway, the next step is going to be to remove the headlights. It looks like I need to remove the steel beams from their mounts first. I remember correctly. 20 years ago, the last time I touched a steel beam. I think the spring comes out. headlight seal beam removed. And I believe it's actually the spring. It needs to be pulled in there, so it's really cool. Yeah, it's not hanging in there. I think I squeeze those adjusters. Or fall out. Looks like it's grease or something. I don't want grease here. It looks like it's not grease, so maybe it's all doing these things. But I squeeze them. Yeah. So yeah, you can take your things out like that, squeeze those and push them through. Okay. So that is one headlight bucket removed. Now we'll go grab the headlights off the other one. As you can see, these are a little bit more in depth. They've got a whole frame and then adjusters. So I'm going to start by unplugging the wires and taking the frame off. Alright, 4 bolts. There. And the headlight bucket swings down. And then you just pick up on this tab, and this plug slides off. Ta-da. It's the same thing for the high beam or low beam. I don't know which one it is. And then you have your headlight bucket, and we can run over to the other truck and install it. 'Cause that's exciting. Should bolt right in. If it doesn't, then we've got figuring to do. Okay. So maybe the camera will stay. So this, with luck, mounts right here. Look at that. It's even got the notches for the adjusters. And that thing is in the way. There we go. Just like that. It even stays all on its own. But before I do all that, I need to switch over my harness. So I have this kind of plug, and I need to switch it over to a different kind of plug. So I'm going to look at what that requires in a minute. Okay, so sealed beam has 3-wire plug, probably ground, high beam, low beam. And the other truck has 2 plugs, 1 high beam and 1 low beam. And each of them have ground. So one's green, one's orange, one's green, one's orange. I'm going to assume that if I hook the green one to the green one and the orange one to the orange one, and then tie the grounds together, that we will be good to go. So I'm going to try that. And I'll cut this plug off and put it back on the other truck, and I'll install that old grill on that truck. So that's what we're going to do. Alright, so before I get too far ahead of myself, I've got the ground wire spliced to these. I used a regular butt splice connector, and this is heat shrink tubing. That when I'm done, I'll shrink it down. I'm going to just turn the lights on and touch these wires and see if the lights come on. So. Oh, maybe that's high beams. Orange to orange. Alright, we have a headlight. So now let me turn high beams on. Bam, high beams. Awesome. I'll get some more butt splices and some heat shrink and finish this up. There's the wiring harness, and that'll plug into both the lights. And when I put a plow frame and the plow harness on here, this will plug into that harness. But for now, let's get that light installed. I always put my bolts back in the holes so I don't lose them, so I know where they go. So, plug our lights in. I guess I'm assuming that this is the high beam. Let me just go double check that orange is high beam. Yep. Well, I don't know if it's high beam or not, but orange is on the outside. And the other one, the green, is on the inside. Wow, that is tight. The plow harness will make this an easier stretch, but so anyway, the orange wire was too short. So it was pulling on the bulb. It was pulling on this bulb this way and twisting it. So that's not going to work. So I'm not going to have them tied together like I wanted to. I suppose I could re-electrical tape them, but yeah, I might as well. Okay, put the bolts back in. And then we'll test the light, see if it even works. Okay, there it is, one light. This may be super obvious, but this is how you clean a chrome bumper that's got like rust on it. Get some steel wool and rub it. Cleans up nice. So, yeah, that's how you clean a chrome bumper. Good old steel wool. Alright. We got both headlights installed, and now I'm going to throw it back together. So first piece is the trim piece, which I took off so I could actually get in there and clean some things up. So this piece goes in here, a few bolts, a couple tabs. You can see how it fits over that. Tab that goes there, this bolt there, etc., etc., etc. Before, after. Before, after. Isn't that awesome? I just like that grill so much more. And I love it. I'm so happy. Now I gotta throw the old grill on the other truck, or throw the other truck away. But that right there was almost worth the purchase of the truck. I just think it looks so much better than that thing.